And he's got no hat on. Usually he has a hat.
Yeah.
Because it's like, like he's got that bald head. Oh, I don't want to say that. It's okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, he's got no hair.
Right, yeah.
On purpose.
Yes.
Yeah. So he's looking good.
Yeah, it's true. He's looked like he had his coffee. Maybe he went for a run today.
I think so.
He's got all of the energy. I'm loving it.
I love his energy.
Yeah.
So how's your energy today?
Pretty good. So
Good.
I've been practicing for my half marathon I'm going to do this year.
Right.
And I find I do have to be careful. If I run too much in the morning, I have to take a nap.
So tired, yeah.
So,
right, you don't want to overdo it.
Right. Some people, like, when they exercise, they get energy.
Yeah.
They're more excited.
Right.
I'm the opposite. After I run, especially if I run and then eat, I'm just wiped out.
Oh, for sure.
What about you? How's your energy levels real
My
quick?
energy level is pretty good. I took a nice walk this morning.
Oh, yeah.
Even though it was very cold. So, yeah, I think we're good.
All right. Well, we are ready to go here in the studio.
Well, our dialogue today is about Mom's wake-up call. Remember, she had a bit of an accident?
Yes.
And the subtitle is The Elephant in the Room. 방에 코끼리가 있나요?
Maybe.
What does this mean?
So this is an expression to mean there is a secret or there is some kind of awkward, unpleasant thing everyone knows about,
Right.
but no one is saying anything.
Right.
Yeah.
It's kind of like it's too uncomfortable to even talk about.
Yeah, everyone is thinking it, but if someone talks about it, it's like, ugh.
Right. And an elephant is a very big animal.
And if it's in a room,
It's clearly taking up a lot of space.
you can't ignore it.
Right.
Everyone knows it's there.
That's right.
But no one's saying anything.
That's a great expression. Here's another one. Ease one's mind. EASE.
This is to relieve you of some type of stress, specifically worries or anxiety you have.
Okay.
So to ease your mind is being like, it's
Lessen.
okay, don't worry.
Got it. How about if you gloss, GLOSS, over something?
There's something important, often a problem.
Yeah.
And you just kind of barely mention it and
Yeah.
continue on,
Yeah.
almost like you're ignoring it.
Right. It's just like, shoop. It just passes by.
Yeah, not a big deal. Hey,
Okay.
hey.
Okay.
Who cares?
All right. Let's see how these expressions are used in today's Power Dialogue.
You know, Mom seemed a bit scared today coming home from the hospital.
I think hospitals scare everyone.
But she was willing to talk about everything with us. I think she wanted to ease our minds.
Well, she wouldn't talk about the elephant in the room, moving to an assisted living facility.
True. She sort of glossed over that idea and changed the subject really fast.
Let's give her some time. Maybe she'll decide it's a better idea than installing railings in her apartment and removing half her furniture.
Our Power Dialogue can be found on page 122. Mom's wake-up call, the elephant in the room. So let's see what this elephant in the room is. Mia says, you know, Mom seemed a bit scared today coming home from the hospital. Okay, so she's been in the hospital. She's okay, but she's not feeling, very safe.
Yes.
And Lucas says, I think hospitals scare everyone. Yeah, hospitals don't have a really good vibe, that's for sure.
Right. I mean, like hospitals, of course, the doctors and the nurses are trying everything to help people. But they are places that you go to generally when something bad has happened.
Right.
So I think a lot of people don't have many good memories at a hospital.
So what does Mia say?
But she was willing to talk about everything with us. I think she wanted to ease our minds.
Okay. So Mom is not in the best mental condition, but she wanted to let all the kids know that she's okay.
Yes.
She wanted to ease our minds. Now, ease. Easy? Ease?
Yeah.
Same ease?
So it is related. The origin is the same. The ease here is talking about comfort in a way.
Yeah.
So comfort in your minds, so to speak, meaning you're taking away some of the stress, the worry, the anxiety you have. Of course, they are loving children, so they're worried about their mother after this health emergency, right? So they're like, oh goodness, what should we do? I don't know. The mom wants to take some of that worry away. It's okay. I'll be fine.
Yeah.
She wants to ease their minds.
Right. So if you ease someone's mind, you're saying, oh, don't worry so much. Everything will be okay.
Yes.
We'll get through this. It's like employees. Maybe they're very afraid that the company's going to go bankrupt or they're going to merge with another company. And the big boss says, no, that's not going to happen. He's trying to ease the employees' minds.
Yes. Oftentimes we use proof with this. So maybe that employer who wants to ease the minds of the employees will sign a contract or make an official announcement. So they can say, see, it's on paper.
Right.
You can believe me more.
You can relax.
You can relax a little bit.
Okay. Lucas says, well, she wouldn't talk about the elephant in the room, moving to an assisted living facility. Okay, now we know what the elephant in the room is, and that is moving to an assisted living facility. So, assisted living facility, what is this?
So, this is a special type of home where people are kind of living by themselves, but there will be nurses or doctors or helpers there that maybe come in once a day to check on their health.
Right.
It's not a full hospital because they're not in a hospital bed.
Or a senior home? What do you think?
It is very similar to that. So a senior home sometimes is maybe more intense in the sense that
more care is needed?
There's more care involved.
Right.
Assisted living could be a community. Every person has their own house, but the nurses will go to each house during the day.
Right. They're just getting a little assistance.
Yes.
Okay. So, that is the elephant in the room. Okay. So, let's clarify again. What is the elephant in the room?
It's often a topic that everyone knows about. Maybe everyone feels that needs to be talked about.
Yeah.
But no one is saying anything.
Right. Because surely, parents, our elderly parents usually they don't want to go to these type of places.
Right.
Because they lose their independence.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it is something that's kind of an important conversation. So whenever people get older, these sorts of elephants in the room do appear.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so not just this going to an assisted living facility.
Yeah.
I had a friend, they felt they needed to talk about their parents' will. While they still can think about it and properly plan.
Which is so uncomfortable.
It's very uncomfortable to talk about. But if you think about, the family and having everything cleared out, everything explained, you do have to have these conversations.
Right, because you never know what's going to happen.
Exactly. So that's why it's kind of an elephant in the room. You feel you need to talk about it, but you can't.
Okay, and that right there, the elephant here is the moving to an assisted living facility. What does Mia say?
True. She sort of glossed over that idea and changed the subject really fast.
Okay. She sort of glossed over that idea. So if you which is our power pattern, if you sort of do something, S-O-R-T.
So this is a phrase that sometimes has a lot of meaning and sometimes has almost no meaning to it.
Yeah.
So sort of means kind of, right?
Right.
But you know how in Korean you can say 그냥?
그냥.
And sometimes 그냥 has a lot of meaning.
Yeah.
And sometimes 그냥
has no meaning.
It's just in the sentence.
It's like, just because.
Yeah, just because. Oh. So here it does feel like that. It's halfway.
Okay.
It means it's this type of, or it seemed like this.
Okay.
그냥 이렇게 했다.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. And what she did was gloss over it.
Yes. To gloss over means to not really make an important issue as important as it should be.
Okay. So it's kind of like, yeah, okay. It's kind of just going right past it.
Yeah, you don't completely ignore it, but you're not giving it the attention it's supposed to have.
I see.
Right? So it's like when you paint a wall and there's a hole, but you just try and paint it. And you see if maybe the hole will go away if you just paint over it.
Right, just with a little paint.
Just a little, it'll be fine.
Yeah, but what you need to do is patch the hole.
Right, you need to address it properly.
Yeah. So the reason why the mom is glossing over this is because she doesn't like the idea.
Yeah.
So Luca says, let's give her some time. Maybe she'll decide it's a better idea than installing railings in her apartment and removing half her furniture. So maybe, she just needs some time.
Yeah.
Okay?
Some time to think about it.
Let's listen to that one more time.
Mom seemed a bit scared today coming home from the hospital.
I think hospitals scare everyone.
But she was willing to talk about everything with us. I think she wanted to ease our minds.
Well, she wouldn't talk about the elephant in the room, moving to an assisted living facility.
True. She sort of glossed over that idea and changed the subject really fast.
Let's give her some time. Maybe she'll decide it's a better idea than installing railings in her apartment and removing half her furniture.
Okay, it's time for Power Note. We're on pages 124 and 125. Now, if you ease someone's mind, what you're doing is you make them less worried or less scared. Okay,
yes.
Let's see how we do this. At the center of the screen is your baby. It looks perfectly normal.
I can see its heart beating. That really eases my mind after I was so sick last week.
Yeah, this is probably...
The woman, yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, probably not the dad speaking here.
That's right.
That is, as a man, I don't know if I can ever really understand.
No, you
that
cannot.
Being an expecting mother, we say.
Yeah. How
nervous you would be.
Oh, yeah. And so they have these tests, like around... I think your second trimester or I don't know. I don't know exactly the exact time, but it's like, okay, you're going to check if they have any deformities or if they have some, right?
Yeah, deformity being like a kihyung, right?
Yes, right. And so you have to make that decision. I mean, it's you are worried.
Right. So anytime you can look at the baby, see that
they have 5 fingers.
Right.
Yeah, all of those things. It eases your mind. The TV weatherman eased our minds when he said the storm would miss our city. Yeah. So, oh my gosh, there's like a storm, and it's going to be like... Everybody is so worried, and like, what should we do? Should we evacuate? I mean, like a really serious storm, but then it misses our city.
Yeah, usually when experts get on the news and say everything's going to be fine, we've done simulations and we don't think it's going to hit us.
Right, it's so true.
That does put a lot of people's minds at ease.
Isn't that true? Like, friends and family can try to put your mind at ease, but when you hear someone with authority, when you hear someone who's an expert, it's like, oh, okay. Now you can believe.
Right, yeah, because you believe, they've studied, so they know more than the average person.
That's right. The elephant in the room is some very obvious truth, and it's something that nobody wants to talk about. Okay? Are we going to sit here sipping tea, or will we address the elephant in the room?
I'd rather just enjoy the afternoon instead of discussing an unpleasant topic.
Okay.
This sounds like a conversation from Downton Abbey or maybe Bridgerton.
Right.
Are we going to sit here sipping tea?
Yeah.
Or will we address the elephant in the room?
Let's continue having our tea.
Yeah.
Yes.
It is that feeling of everyone knows and everyone knows that everyone knows. But because you're trying to be polite or because you don't want to make an awkward situation, you just stay silent. You talk about something different.
Right. A classic example is maybe you know someone who's just separated from their husband or wife. Everybody knows.
Yeah.
Everybody knows, but of course, no one's going to talk about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, unless that person starts the conversation, or what's even worse, maybe it's not divorce, maybe it's just a boyfriend and a girlfriend, and they break up.
Yes.
And somehow Everyone knows.
Everyone knows.
But they have not officially announced that they've broken up. So everyone knows that they're breaking up, but you have to pretend like they're still together.
Like this.
It's kind of one of those elephant in the rooms.
Yes.
Everyone's pretending together.
That's right. The things we do. The things we do.
That's living. That's living
right.
in a society. That's living
right.
with other people.
Rita's divorce remained the elephant in the room for the next few years. Yeah. It's like, you know it, but you're not going to talk about it. You're not going to bring it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I feel, yes, you need to talk about the elephant in the room, but I think sometimes it takes some time. So you got to leave it alone.
Right. I think some elephants are worth talking about.
Yeah.
Some maybe are better to just not ever talk about.
I agree.
It'll go away.
It will. Yeah, over time.
Hopefully. Hopefully.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gloss over something means that something is kind of important, but you're not treating it as if it's important.
Yes.
Look, that class was just an elective. It doesn't affect my degree.
Don't try to gloss over the fact that you failed that class, Thomas.
Okay. So, elective is a class that is not related to your major. It's a class that you just want to take.
Yeah, I think it's called a 선택 과목.
Okay. Right.
So it's not important for your degree. However, if you fail it, it can still affect your GPA.
GPA, right.
So Thomas is here saying, it wasn't for my major, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And then the second person is saying, no.
It matters.
It matters.
Yeah.
Don't gloss over it.
Okay. My father glossed over his many military medals as just doing my duty. So here the father is very humble.
Yeah, he's being very modest.
Yes.
About these medals. Of course, a military medal, that's an honor, right? But he's saying, it's not a big deal.
Right.
It's not important. Let's talk about something else.
Yeah. So if you gloss over your awards or medals or your promotion, you're kind of like, oh, no, it's okay. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
It's, whatever.
It's not a big deal.
That's right.
So it can be used to not really talk about something bad or something good.
Yeah.
But I do feel it most often goes when you're trying not to talk about something bad. Right?
Yeah.
You know, whenever you're doing a presentation or you're talking about a contract and there's something that's awkward to talk about. Like something, it's not a good thing.
Yeah.
So you maybe say one sentence and move to the next thing as quickly as possible.
Right, you gloss over.
You gloss over the things you don't want people to think about.
We all do that, don't we? Okay, sort of means kind of, a little bit. I sort of lied to you about the car.
John sort of ignored what I was saying about the money.
Okay, sort of.
Sort of. Here they both kind of don't mean that. It's just a word to soften the sentence, kind of.
That's right, yeah. It's instead of saying they lied, he sort of lied.
Yeah.
But it's they lied.
They lied.
Okay, Power Vocab on page 126, Assisted Living Facility. Do check that out. And please join us later at 6 p.m.
Yes, on Evening Special.
Very good. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.